Okay, we had a little problem there, technical problem, so I had to cut out a minute there because I forgot to press pause. So there I was, scratching my head, coughing, petting the dog or something, thinking it was on uh, pause, and it wasn't. And so we had to cut that particular uh, segment short, which I'll just add that on to, and we'll have one little 15-minute segment. Hopefully, it won't go 15 minutes. So the length of that segment is a concern of mine. So depending on how long it was, I'll either add it in or it'll just be a really short part of the video. But I put the videos together, and I post them on the Facebook group, Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos. So a link, a link map will be on the description below, and you have to put the link together. So it's the first part of the link, and then you add in the group number and put that in the URL, and you can get there. So that's kind of like a little game you can play to get. Or if you have a Facebook account, you can search the group Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos and go there and watch the whole thing just in one hour segment. You can do that too, whatever you like. So we're back here, and we're back in the lesson. We're back at the big bad diagram. But guess what? It wasn't so big and bad after all when we learned how to use it. Okay, so that's part of it. And the important part is, though, in this diagram is not drawing the fretboards, but that is an important part to be able to say, I'm going to, make this a fretboard right here. We'll say, make a D fretboard here. This would be like a D fretboard there, because D would be the bottom string, but not only the bottom string, but the lowest shape on the guitar. So it would be define what scale number the lowest E would get. The lowest note you can play. We didn't get any thunder. Well, luckily we didn't get any thunder today. Hopefully it'll dry out. We had a bunch of rain yesterday for Memorial Day, but now we got like 3 days of sun. So somebody's trying to make up for, all the wrong. Once again, we can, if we just, let's get back into it. If we do this, if we want to group it from the 5, this is quickly, but I'm not going to do the whole fretboard. E would become the 5th. And we look at the A is right there. It is. You don't even have to think with this diagram. It's going to be the key of A. All right, so there's your A. 5 root 4. A shape rather is going to be, well, heck, it would be 5 root 4. Now wait a minute. This is the key of A here. Let's do the fretboard for it and find out why we're a little confused. So, okay, because we've got to get the we've got to do the warping. Have to do the warping. We didn't warp it. That's why we're confused. Do we have to do that? We have to warp it and find out that's why it wasn't there. So it would have been an E shape. It would have been 5 root 3 before the warp. Okay, so if we were going to do that, let's draw that. I don't want to leave you hanging like that. If somebody didn't understand what that was, I keep forgetting to activate the box. So right here, this is our E would be. Remember that this becomes the lowest shape, the origin shape. 0 0, x equals 0, y equals 0. That is now in the key of A. We've got our 5 keys to choose from here. Okay, so what we're talking about is before I warp it up, okay, it'll be the A shape will be 5 root 3, more of an E shape right there instead of once we warp that over, I guess we're going to warp it over. One thing about doing these guys, you don't want to go past 5 edits, because then you can't reverse them. And let's see where that where did we go wrong with these. Look a little too long here, so that's where that would be. Now we're in the key of A there. Okay, the fret nut, we'll just use the small box there, making these little lines everywhere. Right there, that's the fret nut. Key of A, the E becomes, Y equals 0, X equals 0. The E becomes the 5th, so E is the 5th of A. Now we look at our A shape right here, 5 root 3. And the E is the 5th of A. So you can get some of those lower notes on the piano. Alright, so that's what we got right going on here. Let's undo those changes. We're looking back at our chart. Now, it's important for us to get to the gist of what this diagram is. This is a very versatile, so just trust me, we can use this as a general navigation tool. So in Caged, remember, Caged is C-A-G-E-D, right? So in the key of C, we have a C-shaped C, we got an A-shaped C, we got a G-shaped C, we got an E-shaped C, and we got an D-shaped C. Alright, each of the shapes goes up in Caged. So starting from A, then, we don't do C yet, because C would be below that. So this would be the A-shaped A, but the C-shaped A would be down here. Okay, is that my G string? Yeah. Here's your C-shaped A, would be down here. And then G-shaped A, and E-shaped A, and D-shaped A. Okay, and then from C-A you can go to G. Starting with a G, you go to a D-shaped G. Now let's do that again, because I didn't see that happening. We go to a D-shaped G from the G shape. Oh, first we skipped a step. E-shaped G, then a D-shaped G, then a C-shaped G. Okay, and then from C-shaped G we go to an A-shaped G. Oh my goodness, way up here. Alright, same thing works for C-A-G. We go to E. We start at E-shaped E. Then it goes to a D-shaped D. D-shaped E. Okay, and then we go back to a C-shaped E. And we go to an A-shaped E. Okay, and then we go to a G-shaped E. And the E-shaped E. If you play those high notes fast, we can't get away with it. And the same thing with D. You can do the same thing with D. I'm going to skip D, but it starts D and it goes D, C, A, G, E. Alright. So we've got the caged. It's different than going in the circle of the string circle goes every other caged letter. So it's C, skip A to G, skip E to D, skip C back to A, skip G to E, skip D to C. That's the difference between the caged circle and the string circle. All right. Now,